Lances are an iconic medieval fantasy genre weapon. They bring to mind a knight riding on a horse, slaying their enemies, and they're in a pretty good place mechanically in D&D 5e 2024 as well. So let's talk about that. Good afternoon, adventurers. It's time for whatever this is. Lances have the heavy, reach, and two-handed properties, but if we are mounted on another creature, we can ignore the two-handed property, meaning that the lance is the only weapon we can wield in one hand that deals a d10 damage die, aside from monk weapons, of course, at high enough level. That makes them the highest damage single-handed weapon. And because we can wield them in one hand, that means we can use the dueling fighting style. That makes them the only heavy weapon that can benefit from the dueling fighting style. And because they have the heavy property, they can also benefit from Great Weapon Master, adding even more damage on top of dueling. Both of those together add a total of 4 to 8 damage to our attack action attacks. Lances can also benefit from the Polar Master feat as they have both the reach and heavy properties, meaning we can attack with the back end after doing our stabs with the attack action as a bonus action, get an extra attack in there, get more damage in there. That's only going to deal a d4, but hey, damage is damage, and that is a bonus action that we can use eternally with no limit to the number of times we can do it. That feat will also allow us to hit creatures as they're approaching us within 10 feet of that lance 10-foot reach. So with all of that together, our damage output should be pretty great. And because all that is being done with one hand, our other hand is free to wield a shield, or cast spells, throw other weapons, or do any number of other things. Need to open a door? We can do that because we have a hand free. Rangers, specifically Beastmasters and Drake Wardens, get creatures that they can use as mounts that have scaling HP and AC that will increase as the ranger's level increases, in addition to their attack and damage rolls, of course, as well. Artificers of the Battlesmith subclass also get a Steel Defender that they can ride around on. Of course, all of this depends on the ranger or artificer being a small creature, with the exception of the Drake Warden being able to ride their mount at level 7 as a medium creature riding on a medium creature, which is very cool. They can also fly on that Drake at level 15. Aside from those, there are several spells that can get us a cool mount. Find Steed is the obvious one, but anything that summons a creature sufficiently large enough and with the anatomy that we could ride it, like ostensibly a giant insect or any number of the summon spells, could be used to summon up a mount as well. That one's going to depend a little bit on your DM. And of course, barring all that, we can always buy a mount in a town or city, subject to DM approval, of course, that being the riding horse, war horse, pony, mastiff, things like that. So there should be an option to do mounted combat at least a lot of the time.